I've always been a nerd. Ever since I was a little kid, I used to make sure my homework was done on time so I could sit and watch Pokemon, Dragon Ball, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with my brother in our living room. Even during school, I would have a handy dandy notebook in my bag, which was just for fan art. If there was a boring class, I would whip it out and start drawing Gohan and Michelangelo, having a rather unusual Pokemon battle. Me and my two best friends were also obsessed with this TCG called Duel Masters, which is the lesser known Asian counterpart to Magic the Gathering, and though no one plays it, we still love it. But I'm going off topic. I was a nerd. But being in India, we weren't as exposed to American comics. It wasn't the easiest to find a Marvel or a DC comic book shop, so we were brought up reading The Tinker. But on my 12th birthday, my dad took me to a bookstore, and behind a few dusty shelves, I found my first Marvel comic book, She-Hulk. Yes, it's a weird choice for my first ever comic book, but I still remember She-Hulk being so badass as a kid. She was green and muscular and strong and yet nothing like the Ninja Turtles, and that blew my mind. But She-Hulk was my gateway into Marvel comics. I used to sit on the toilet for hours with my mom's phone or our Kindle, reading through every Marvel comic I could find. It was new magical realm of superheroes and I couldn't have enough. To nobody's surprise since then, I have read a lot of comic books and published a few too. Even though I love DC and their stories, Marvel was my first. And as Thor rightly says,
never forget your first. Yeah.
So it won't shock you to know that I love the MCU. Ever since Iron Man, I haven't skipped a single MCU film. And people can critique it all they want, but I want to love them, okay? Anyway, I was excited for Phase 4. And even though I was most excited for She-Hulk ever since they announced it, I was also equally waiting for the release of Miss Marvel. You see, Miss Marvel is Pakistani, and I am an Indian. So even though we have a veil between each other, we were still neighbors, and I couldn't be more thrilled to see someone of my skin color and upbringing wear a suit and a cape and fight crime. And she did, and it was amazing. I loved Miss Marvel. I loved it so much. As soon as I finished it, I went to my friend's place and forced him to binge watch it. And then I got home and I watched it again. I'm not saying Miss Marvel's the best MCU show that they have done till date. It is just a very special show to me personally as an Indian. Now I know that Kamala is a Pakistani, but what the show so beautifully handles and portrays is the fact that we are all the damn same. We have the same exact kind of families, the same lifestyles, the same movies that we watched growing up, the same awkward dance choreographies at our weddings.
I'm still trying to figure out who I am. My passport is Pakistani. My roots are in India. And in between all of this, there is a border. There is a border marked with blood and pain. People are claiming their identity based on an idea some old Englishmen had when they were fleeing the country. How is one to deal with that?
There wasn't a moment where I wouldn't find myself smiling or laughing or crying, knowing that I have experienced everything that Kamala is going through, growing up in a Desi family. But what made it the most special was Iman Vellani as Kamala Khan, this innocent brown-skinned girl who became somebody so special. Kamala seems like just another friend of mine, somebody I could meet while walking down the street or shopping at a local bazaar. She was one of us, and that made it so much more magical. I loved Black Panther, the Scarlet Scarab, and Shang-Chi for representing these minority communities, but I truly understood the importance of these films and how much it meant to these cultures once I watched Miss Marvel. The importance of being represented, even if through a fictional superhero, made you feel noticed, feel special, and be united as one culture. And I think Miss Marvel has the ability to do that. Make people across these unfortunate borders realize that we are all the damn same. While writing this video, I spent hours trying to find one word for all of us together. But unfortunately, there isn't one. We call ourselves Indians while they call themselves Pakistanis and Bangladeshis. But what can we call all of us together? Wikipedia gave me the word Desi, but it just doesn't seem right. I don't know, that just isn't how we associate that word, I guess. But I think that's a shame. Because if we really think about it, somewhere we are all the same, so why not have a name that unites all of us? And I know this might sound cheesy, but maybe I can think of one.
That's what Kamal means in Arabic. Perfect. But in Urdu, it's more like, what's the word? Wonder. Marvel. Kamal means marvel.
How about we call ourselves the Marvels? Because we are.
Cosmic.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you liked my nerdy point of view. And please tell me why other works of film or media are special to you in the comment section. I would love to hear about them all.